Hello and welcome back to a distillery in Leeds. It is of course Railway Empire, and this is what I was presented with when I booted up today's game. And are we going to buy it? I think we're at the stage now where we can, can't we? We have £554,000 in the bank, and this is going to cost us 470 roughly thousand. We won't get anything back from this, unfortunately, as it's not an auction. It's a plea to buy out a failing business. You can game the game a little bit with that, can't you? And not supply stuff to cities when they build them so that you can buy them out. Unfortunately, they don't tend to be cheap. So not that gamey, I guess. Today, what we doing? We're at 22,308 market crier. We are going to reach this 100,000 before 1840, famous last words. However, it'll be whether it's a gold tick. Market crier, do you know, we are sort of getting into that territory where a market crier will be kind of beneficial for us and will make a small fortune. Which is where East Anglia comes in, and Cambridge and Peterborough up there. But I need to redo what's going on here. If we pop down to London, we are growing. Should we take a look? Oh, I managed to somehow click on our cider place. We're at 79% so far. We haven't delivered our first load of grain, which is actually related. I can see the grain train just there. Centre on train. There we go. There's our first delivery of grain. We're going to let these deliver first, and we're going to make a change. Because it's going to get quite busy in London, as per real life, we are going to change where a few of our freight trains go, and we're going to stick us a warehouse on the side of London and instead deliver to that. And that should ease up some traffic, and we can concentrate more on manufactured goods coming into King's Cross and currently Victoria. Euston was another idea that was around in the 1800s. I mean, Victoria was around in the 1800s as well. But yeah, Euston wouldn't be a bad one. It is serving the south, and we don't have a southern station. Have our trains done? That was quick. Right, the reason why I was waiting for them to head back there. Oh, we have a connection bonus. Hold everything. We have 2 connection bonuses. Goodness me, I wasn't paying attention. Right, lots of money to start with. That's 336,000 there, 470,000 there. This is absolutely marvellous for our big build we've got coming up today. Let's get us a couple of baby stations, and we'll just get these hooked up. One there. Doesn't matter how we put them in, they're going to be deleted. We have a nice connection into that maintenance yard. Oh, go on. We'll put it in then. And there we go. 336,000 there. And then we can delete that and get that money back. Because I don't think we're going to need coal just yet. Cambridge, we will not forget about you. You can't delete it yet though, Grand. You've got to actually build it. Let's connect you into there. There we go. 1.5 million already. Isn't that beautiful? Right, get you gone. Let's set up, since we've got bags of money now, our warehouse. Big warehouse, why not? We'll get it all ready. In London, so we can deliver our goodies to this station instead of to King's Cross. Do you know, I kind of want to delete that first. I want to leave us a bit of a run up to get across the Thames there. A bit gamey, this is definitely. If we delete this, we are going to reset our trains that are near London, and they're going to head all the way back up to their respective stations. You can do that in the early game. I'm going to delete all of this back because we're going to rebuild it. The maintenance station is going to stay where it is. Yes. I mean, we could move it a bit further south. I think we'll be fine. Let's get in our big warehouse, and we're going to have to redo where they're dropping off. Can we move this up a little bit further? So we're pretty much in the middle of the two rivers there. That'll be perfect. We do want to use it to head south, is what I'm thinking. I know it's a bit wonky, but I'm going to redo this as well, because I would really like to fit 2 warehouses in the middle here to make a giant roundabout sort of thing. We've also got to think about the East Coast Main Line heading past Peterborough. This maintenance yard is part of. We're sort of laying out the foundations for that. We need a maintenance station. I would like plenty of maintenance station access so we can branch off and keep our junctions automated and fluid. On top of that, it's good for keeping our trains topped up as well, especially on some of the long journeys we can then do. So we're going to move this one to give us a bit more room so that we can make our roundabout area, which is why I was wondering about moving this. I'm pondering it. So we'll get rid of what it was sort of pencil outline, wasn't it? This was a dead end anyway. Nothing was happening up there. It was plonk it down, knowing you can get a refund. One of the things I love about Railway Empire is that if you change your mind later on, you can just straight up delete it. So this is going to be part of the roundabout with this station over here, this maintenance yard. And so we'll have another maintenance yard up that end. We'll have one quite close down here so that we can branch into that maintenance yard and into a warehouse which will go across, as well as this will be the East Coast Main Line junction. And we can potentially go off to Northampton too. I think, yeah, that would be kind of nice. Do we need one up here? I don't think we do. Although, well, it would give us an option to branch into Peterborough or bypass Peterborough. There isn't technically a Peterborough bypass as far as I can remember. There are through tracks, but you can't really do through tracks. We'll look at it as instead a bypass track completely. Right, we've got sort of a trio of maintenance yards here. This one would head round there. It's a little bit of a shame. We've got a bridge, but I think we're at the point. It's cheap as chips. Yeah, I think we're at the point where a bridge is nice if we can still get a junction coming out of it. And I think we can. I would prefer it not to be a bridge. We might just need to change the angle of this slightly. We will get it spot on though, and it'll be beautiful when we're done. Right, where's our maintenance yard again? If we miss that little contour line there, perhaps we can get it a little bit tidier. We do need a bit of distance away from Cambridge. Do we still have that? Well, there we go. Now we've got an embankment. That's much nicer. It'll make it far easier to do some stuff with it, junction-wise. This one's heading off. Oh, please be 0. Oh, you're marvellous. Yeah, you're heading off into the East Coast Main Line junction there, and you are heading off into Cambridge. There we go. That's pleasant. We do have the option of branching off into another station in Northampton. We do want to get us... Oh, that's not going to work though, is it, Grand? And that's really tight. But does this need to be that far away? Depends. Will you slide in? Oh, it's just a little bit too close. I think we can make it work. Let me send this up north just a little bit more. Guys, we are rebuilt. There we go. Not much different than how we had it. And we're going to have... one of these lines is going to hug by the side of... Is this the Neen? Maybe. By the side here and head up into a station up that end. So we'll put that in. Just so we know that that's the train heading into Peterborough. And the other one's going to continue off to the north. And we could branch round here as well and join in. It's not going to be easy to get from Peterborough to Northampton. Although thinking about it, I don't think that's a pleasant journey regardless. It's just not straightforward. Right, you go across there. That is lovely. Okay, our plan is coming together quite nicely. You are going to spin... Actually, we're not going to go across. Yeah, because we still need a direct line from Norwich. Do we? Yeah, we could bypass Cambridge. Then what we could do with this is have one that heads out to Peterborough. It's not required, though. I don't think it's not required. No, we're good. I'm confident this will work. So this one is going to be a direct line now. It's going to head all the way. We're going to keep it quite close there. It's going to head all the way. Ooh, what are you doing there? Into Lloyd's Logging. The track next to it can curve out a little bit and then come in, can't it? I think that would be okay. If we shift and go up, that's 2% grade, which is lovely at this stage of the game. And then we can send this one across. Do I like it with a bridge? Not really. I don't. We can get rid of that, can't we? We can go that way and just keep curving round and run by the side up here where it's pretty flat. There we go. Yes, I prefer that. Then we can get rid of this. It does mean we can send this station up north, doesn't it? We can also double track this instead of sending it back into a single track. We still have the potential to go in there if we wanted to. Which side are we there? We are going to go into that platform. And this one can then go all the way down to our warehouse, bypassing a lot of the London main line stuff. And this one is going to follow it round and head back into... Not like that though. Head back into London. But you can branch off from there, and we'll take this and we'll just tidy this up a touch. Right, there we go, guys. I have wiggled jiggled and I'm happy with the grades. That is going to be our passenger line up to Norwich. I'm happy with that. Right, and with this one, as I briefly mentioned, if we can get up into here, we could also have another maintenance yard here, couldn't we? Or we could branch off early to get across to Cambridge with this. Yeah, if it's in nice, which it is, there we go. Just go in there. Pleasant. Now that we've hooked up this line, heading into King's Cross again, going through the maintenance yard, we can leave our trains, but we're going to change their orders regardless. Do I want this to be a maintenance yard? I think we'll be okay. I think that gives us everything. Let's signal us all up, and then we'll get some supply towers on our lines. This one can have a supply tower early on. Ooh, there's a supply tower where... Oh, it's that one that I just put in. We'll have one there and one there as well. We've still got a little bit of money to spend. That's kind of nice. And now we need to sort out our warehouse. How are we going to do this? We are... Ooh, what did you click on there? Trains. We are going to store grain, fish, not apples because we have a station quite close, ham and cider. Yes, because cider we could store in here that we're making and send down from the warehouse to Brighton and Dover, because I think these are both ham, aren't they? Gammons, whatever they are. Yeah, we'll need a maintenance yard on here, and then we'll get our grain, fish, not apples, gammon, cider. Do we want meat and stuff? Maybe wood. We'll start collecting wood because wood isn't too far off. We've got to go to 100,000 and it's fairly, yeah, it's less than halfway. But then we've got to think about potatoes and milk. We do have milk. a little up north. We do have our wood. I would like to buy this while it's cheap. 0%, 129,000. We'll also get some money off that. And this one's going to cost us a bit more, but I would like to buy it. 380 odd thousand. We'll get a discount off that as well. It should still leave us a little bit of money. And we already have the grain up there. We could take these apples. I'm going to do it, guys. I'm going to start getting us lots and lots of goodies. We still have money in the bank, and it's going up rapidly. It's almost going up as fast as this is expensive. Right, there we go. Now we need to change our trains. This one is kind of amusing. If we click on this click on it, and we go to edit its route, what it's doing currently is using warehouse 3 as a turnaround point, using this maintenance yard as a turnaround point, and then it finally heads into King's Cross. Do you still have fish on? Yeah, you still have fish. Where are you? Oh, please tell me you're not in there. Yes, because you're waiting until full. That's kind of okay though, isn't it? We can, yeah, let's end that loading procedure, and we'll get you sent there instead. Oh, you're still loading. Oh no. London King's Cross. We want you to go to warehouse 3 instead. Warehouse 3, London East Warehouse. Oh, there's a limit. London East. No, we've got to call it warehouse, haven't we? London Warehouse. Does that fit? Warhorse. No, where was it? Oh, that tickled me. Warhouse. Yes. London Warehouse. We've got it. Well, I guess we could have put an E on there. Now this train. Well, are you taking wood now, are you? Well, okay. Well, this might work. I'll tell you what we can do then. Lloyd's login, maximum. This is going to be log priority because we want to get that full. We'll do that. That should be good. Then what we'll do is we'll make another one. Since we're not getting in the way of all of our trains in our main stations, it's going to be freight only. And we'll prioritize fish on that one. Wait until full. Get you on there. And get us our Derwent on there. And away you go. Beautiful, guys. Right. And this one, our grain delivery. What are you doing? You're almost there. This is perfect timing. We're going to change his route. He does a nice route, as is. But we're going to stop him from going in to King's Cross and get him in the way of possibly longer distance trains later on. And we're going to get you shifted over to the London warehouse. And you can take your grain there, and it'll also fill that with grain, and we can do what we want with it from that point. Conductor. We probably do need conductors, don't we? We're going to wait for his money to pop up, though. The conductor will stay there for a little while. Come on, unload. Faster. 20k we got for that. That's absolutely beautiful. Right, let's change your orders. You are now going to go to the London warehouse, not to King's Cross. We have $1 million in the bank, guys, again. Right, conductor. Do we have any trains that are missing conductors that are already running? You do not have a conductor. You are an express train. So we get bags of money for you, and we're going to get more bags of money as it is passengers, yes, are going to pay more with their luggage. Right. This one is nicer now, isn't it? That's tidier. Yeah, we go into our maintenance yard up here. Let's see if we can't get this sort of working, or at least set up. We want signal controlled. But I do want to avoid the contours. If we sit either end at roughly the same height, which should dig in for us a little bit. So we need to dance between the contours. But oh yeah, and I do want it to go north and south, possibly. Both ends. Yeah, so if we can get it in there, we'll see what that looks like. It's a little unfortunate on this positioning, but it's not like we can't change it. 4% grade isn't too bad for a short section, is it? No, and I think it's sort of lying a little bit as well. This one can hopefully branch down there. I don't think it is 5%. I think it's just the way the ends of the station are sitting. Now, if you can go into... Where does this start? Yeah, if you can go into there, it'll be kind of beautiful. Can you? Or is it too close? I hope not. Oh, come on. How are you too close? Oh, well, I mean, I guess we could go out like that. That's fine. I'm going to ignore these short... oh, you've missed it. I'm going to ignore these short high grades because half the time they're not totally accurate. This does kind of work, doesn't it? Because it sends this one out that way. If we can curve that round and continue curving it in, can we just branch you off perhaps? There we go. That's tidier, isn't it? Yeah, we don't need to do anything with that. That's beautiful now. As long as you slide into that. Oh, look at that. We can use these all to turn around should we want to do a little bit of shenanigans. We're not going to store anything in there at the moment. We will get it set up though. The actual infrastructure. We're going to set all of these signals up as well so we can set up the East Coast main line a little easier and a little quicker. There we go, get you set up. A right expansion going on today, isn't there? I don't like this here. It's alright. I think we can get away with it. And, oh, we've got a train. Which one is it going to reset? Oh, it's this one. Yeah, you get back to wherever you're going. I like that. We'll change where this is then. I prefer it away from the junction, is all. As I don't want trains' back ends being over the junction. So we'll stick you in there, get you signalled up so we've got proper blocking. And we'll just move you down to there. Oh, missed it. Down to there. That's a little tidier. That's a little tidier. There may be some I've missed. The supply towers. But we'll just follow the trail of exclamation points and we'll set them all up. I wouldn't mind getting this station hooked up into Norwich and a main line down to Norwich. Do you think we can end on that? And then we can take a ride on the Norwich to London Express. Manchester grows. Well, guys, a slight detour. What do we own this, don't we? What do we need? Lumber. And we've got logging right here. You know what that means, don't you? You absolutely know what that means. If we... I know we could do the tailors and make use of the tweed we make. But then we miss out on taking... This is a bit cheeky. We could take the wood to Leeds and then the next one we do in Leeds can be the tailors. So we take both wood and tweed up to Leeds. Does that rhyme? Wood and tweed to Leeds? Not really. If you're a bad poet, perhaps. Should we do that? Yes, I kind of like that idea, especially since we've got this logging camp that we own right there. So there we go. We can start making planks, which we can deliver to Leeds. Anyway, Norwich, you got a little bit distracted, but that's okay. Manchester grew. That's going to help, isn't it? And it's going to give us a bit more demand up there. I would like to get us possibly a couple of back-to-back termini. Yeah, not completely back-to-back, more side-to-side facing opposite directions. So one there, just so it's easier to get across the rivers. These two platforms are going to go... Well, we can... it depends how much this costs. So I think what we'll do is we'll hook it in there. We're not going right out in to France to get to that that place there. But what we could possibly do is go in like that and get it at 0%. Not 0%. That makes a massive viaduct. Not that I mind the massive viaduct. This is pleasant enough, isn't it? Yeah, 102k. Considering the amount of money we got these days, I think we can go a little extravagant. Then what do we do with this one? Well, this one can head into the maintenance station. I don't really know what we're doing with that one. It could go to Cambridge, it's a little bit pointless, or it could head off to Peterborough if we need it. I don't think we will. We've got grain over here, and we've got apples. They're a little bit over there. So not really needed, but it does give us a nice curve round there. And then, what else do we need? That'll be it, right? We can just run this. I'm hoping, oh, 0%, that's beautiful. Where's that 0? Straight up there. There we go. And then when we create Cambridge, should we put Cambridge in? We've got a bit of time left, haven't we? We should at least get one of their stations in, so we've got a rough idea what we're doing later on. We can always move it. Train station, signal controlled. Yeah, we'll have this as this. We could face... I mean, we could face how we want, really. That does kind of work for both Peterborough. Put it in, Grand. We need to think about this connection down here. And that would be this one heading to London then, possibly this way. Or other freight access areas, maybe. Oh, come on. Why aren't you working? I'm never a fan of when it does that. We could try deleting the signal. There we go. There we go. The signal was in the way. Now, what we should be able to do here is possibly have enough to curve in. Yes. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. That does give us a connection now to Cambridge and Norwich. Look at us go. There we go. And we've got that. We can put that signal back in. It's beautiful. There is probably enough room just there for a supply tower. Just in case they don't want to use the maintenance yard or maintenance station for whatever reason. Let's get this signalled up and then we'll get our trains set up. Supply tower there. And we need signals just here. And a supply tower just there. Do we have just enough for a train? I think we do. We will set up a train from here to there. I don't really mind what this one takes. Freight only. Well, I do. I would like it to take freight. And we'll wait for us 71k for our freight only train. Come on. Let's fast forward it. There we go. Get you on. And you are starting to deliver into... Oh, do you know what we don't have, guys? Don't have any signals going down there. We probably need a supply tower as well, but we can't really afford it. How are we doing on our bonds? That looks like something for next episode. And how are we doing on London? We're nearly at 30,000. At 30,000 we can start getting us some beef moving, which we have up there. Right, let's get us our passenger train set up. I'll do London, King's Cross to Norwich. Oh, we just got research unlocked. Passengers and mail only. They both deal with cider. So we'll get us a Firefly on... Firefly on there. What do we get here? Oh, no, hang on. Do you want to read it first? Increase the number of packages in cities where you'll come... Well, that's not bad. Reduce the... that one. Reduce the construction cost of all the things by 10%. Yeah, increase the number of new applicants, excluding the underworld. So we wouldn't get more spies. That one isn't really necessary. And yeah, there we go. I'm happy. Let's set up the train going from Norwich to London this time. Passengers and mail only. And this is the one we'll ride for the end. Alright guys, thank you for watching. When we come back, I have a feeling that London is going to hit at least 30,000. And that means we can start beef. Lots of beef on the way. And get them growing further. We now have Norwich and Cambridge set up. Cambridge does not have passenger line yet, but we'll do that early on. Oh, it's a bit cloudy in the game today. I like it. It's overcast. But yeah, we're a lot done. Our little big roundabout is starting to take shape, which is going to have 2 warehouses and 2 maintenance yards. and they're going to be able to send trains all over the shop. And we've made ourselves quite a nice little route, and I'm impressed with it, if I may say so myself. Guys, I'll leave you on board, and until next time, take care.